Tonight in Riyadh, Oba Femi walks into the King of the Ring final as the most dominant man in this entire tournament, and the one thing standing between him and that crown has nothing to do with Jey Uso. WWE Galaxy Nova here. Night of Champions is tonight. Femi versus Jey Uso for the King of the Ring crown and a SummerSlam world title shot. On paper, this should be straightforward. Femi has been unstoppable. Jey has been carried by crowd energy and tournament luck, but Brock Lesnar is out there somewhere. And every analyst, every insider, every wrestling fan watching this build has the same question sitting in the back of their mind heading into tonight. Is the Beast showing up in Riyadh? Here's what we actually know. Like the video, subscribe, let's go. Start with the tournament itself, because the path Femi has taken to tonight's final deserves to be said out loud clearly. Round 1 was a fatal 4-way. Penta, Solo Sikoa, and Carmelo Hayes, 3 credible opponents coming from completely different directions at the same time. Femi won it and grabbed the microphone immediately after, called Lesnar a coward, said he took 7 F5s at Clash in Italy and was still standing, said the score was 1-1 and he would see Lesnar down the line. That promo told you everything about where Femi's head is at. He's not thinking about the tournament, he's thinking about unfinished business with a man who retired, came back, and cheated to beat him. Then Dominik Mysterio in the semi-final. Dom used every shortcut available, JD McDonough at ringside, a low blow, a 619 loaded with a hammer in his boot, and a frog splash from the top. Femi kicked out at 1, didn't kick out at 2.5. 1, then stood up, hit a simultaneous chokeslam on both Dom and McDonough, threw in running uppercuts, and finished it with fall from grace. Match over in under 5 minutes. When someone hits you with everything they have and you kick out at 1, that's not a wrestling match anymore. That's a statement. Here's the real conversation heading into tonight, and it's worth being honest about all of it. Femi beat Lesnar at WrestleMania 42. Convincingly, Lesnar left his gear in the ring. Boots, gloves, the retirement send-off. And then he came back. Attacked Femi before the bell rang at Clash in Italy, put 7 F5s on him, won by the most brutal means available, and then said he was done with him. Femi never accepted that, has called him out every week since. After beating Dom on Monday, he grabbed the mic and said he expected Lesnar to walk through that curtain. He didn't. So Femi questioned what Lesnar would even be remembered for. Called him the man who ran. Dave Meltzer reported that WWE's plan for this feud has always been a trilogy 1-1, then Femi wins the third. He compared it directly to the Cody Rhodes and Lesnar series. The third match is expected to happen at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Lesnar's home state. And here's the specific detail that changes everything about tonight. If Femi wins King of the Ring, he gets a world title shot at SummerSlam. If he's challenging for the title at SummerSlam, there's no room for Lesnar on the same card, which means WWE has a scheduling problem. The only clean way to get both matches at SummerSlam is if Femi loses tonight and the Lesnar rubber match becomes the main focus. That's the math that has everyone nervous heading into Riyadh. Bleacher Report came out and said Lesnar is a lock to interfere tonight. Their argument is WWE has been building to the trilogy all along, and Femi winning King of the Ring makes that third match impossible to schedule properly. Tajubira Wrestling sources are saying the opposite. A report from HighSpotPodcast specifically claimed Lesnar will not be at Night of Champions tonight. Their reading is the trilogy goes to SummerSlam regardless, and Femi winning King of the Ring means he does double duty across the 2-night event. Wrestling Headlines got word from Backstage that the finish to tonight's King of the Ring final is being kept extremely close to the vest. Creative arguments exist for both men winning. That almost never happens this close to a show. So nobody actually knows. And that uncertainty is either WWE protecting a genuine surprise, or the situation is more fluid than any of us realize heading in. Here's where WWE Galaxy stands on this going into tonight. Oba Femi has to win. The tournament, the crown, the SummerSlam shot, all of it. Not because Jey Uso doesn't deserve to be in that final. He does. He's beaten credible opponents to get here. But the story WWE is telling with Femi right now is the story of a man who is ready for the absolute top of this company. He beat Lesnar at WrestleMania. He survived 7 F5s at Clash in Italy and walked out calling Lesnar a coward. He kicked out of a loaded frog splash at 1 count in the semifinal. He told Jey Uso to his face that he's not worried about him, he's already already thinking about Roman Reigns. That's a man built for a championship moment, not a SummerSlam Lesnar rubber match that ends his momentum for another 2 months. And if Lesnar does show up tonight and costs Femi the crown that's not storytelling, that's WWE protecting a schedule at the expense of the hottest new star they've had in years. Femi beat Lesnar first. Lesnar cheated to win the rematch. The third match should be Femi going over clean at SummerSlam in Minnesota, regardless of what happens to the King of the Ring. Send Lesnar to Minneapolis with a loss on his mind. Send Femi to Minneapolis as king and challenger. Both stories work. Tonight, Femi deserves to walk out with the crown. Night of Champions is tonight. Riyadh, Femi versus Jey Uso. The crown. The SummerSlam shot. And Brock Lesnar somewhere in the background making everyone nervous. Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Does Femi win clean? Does Lesnar show up and cost him? Or does something nobody saw coming happen in that ring tonight? Like the video. Subscribe to WWE Galaxy. I'm Nova. Check back after Night of Champions for the full breakdown.